The sound of my father's voice still echoes in my head. Ashley needs this more than you do, Claire. He said it like it was obvious. Like my needs were always negotiable. I watched him hand my sister the keys to the brand new Honda Accord I'd just driven home 3 hours earlier. The car I'd saved for. The car I'd worked double shifts for. Ashley didn't even look at me. She just smiled, dangled the keys, and said, "Thanks, Dad. Claire can take the bus anyway." That was the moment I understood something important. To them, I wasn't a daughter or a sister. I was a resource, a backup plan, something to be used when convenient. But they didn't know what I'd done that morning before I drove the car home. They didn't know about the legal documents sitting in my glove compartment. They thought I was the same pushover I'd always been. They were wrong. I'm Claire Matthews. I'm 28 years old. For most of my life, I believed being the responsible one meant something. I thought if I worked hard enough, stayed quiet enough, sacrificed enough, eventually my family would see me. Really see me. My sister Ashley is 24. She's the golden child. The one who got modeling gigs that never paid. The one who started 3 businesses that all failed. The one who could do no wrong. My father, Thomas, runs a small contracting business. My mother died when I was 16. After that, Dad remarried a woman named Veronica 2 years later. She brought nothing to the marriage except opinions about how I should live my life. Ashley is Veronica's daughter from her first marriage. From day one, it was clear whose side Dad was on. I became the workhorse. The one who paid bills when Dad's business struggled. The one who covered Ashley's rent when she got evicted. Again, I worked as a pharmacy technician at a 24-hour chain. It wasn't glamorous. The hours were brutal, but it paid decent money and had benefits. For 3 years, I saved every spare dollar. I rode the bus in rain and snow. I packed lunches while Ashley posted pictures of brunch. I skipped vacations while they went to Florida on money I'd loaned them. Every time I got close to my goal, something happened. Dad's truck needed repairs. Ashley's credit card was maxed. Veronica needed dental work. And every time, they came to me. Family helps family, Dad always said. So I helped. I drained my savings for different times. But this time was different. This time, I didn't tell anyone I was buying a car. I kept my savings in a separate account they didn't know about. I researched. I planned. I got pre-approved for a loan in secret. When I finally had enough for a down payment, I took a day off and went to the dealership alone. The car was perfect. Midnight blue, clean interior, low mileage. The salesman, Derek, was straightforward. No games, just honest numbers. I signed the papers. I felt proud. This was mine. Something I'd earned without anyone taking it from me. I drove it home with the windows down, feeling free for the first time in years. When I pulled into the driveway, Dad was in the garage. He saw the car and his face lit up. "Claire, you finally got a car." "That's great." I smiled. "Yeah, I've been saving." Then Veronica came out. Then Ashley. They circled the car like vultures. Ashley ran her hand along the hood. "Wow, this is really nice. Way nicer than I expected you to get." I ignored the insult. "Thanks. It took a while, but I'm happy with it." Dad nodded. "You did good, kid. Real good." For about 10 minutes, I thought maybe this time would be different. Maybe they'd just be happy for me. I should have known better. That evening, we all sat down for dinner. Veronica made pot roast. Everyone was chatty. Then Ashley brought it up. "So, Claire, I was thinking, since you have a car now, maybe I could borrow it sometimes? You know, for auditions and stuff. The bus doesn't go to the studio district." I set down my fork. "I need it for work." Ashley, she pouted. "But you work night shifts half the time. I'd bring it back before you leave." Dad jumped in. "It makes sense, Claire. You're not using it when you're at work anyway. Ashley's got opportunities coming up." This could really help her career. I looked at Veronica. She nodded. It's just sharing honey. That's what families do. There it was. The setup, the guilt, the expectation. I took a breath. I'll think about it, I said. But I wasn't thinking about it. I was thinking about the call I needed to make the next morning. I didn't sleep that night. I knew what was coming. They weren't asking. They were planning. The next morning, I called Derek, the car salesman. Hi, Derek. It's Claire Matthews. I bought the Accord yesterday. Oh, hey, Claire. Everything okay with the car? The car's perfect, I said. But I need to ask you something legal. I explained my situation. My family, the pressure, the history of them taking things. He listened. Then he said something that changed everything. Claire, have you heard of a custodial transfer agreement? I hadn't. He explained. I could legally transfer temporary ownership of the vehicle to a third party, someone I trusted. If anyone else tried to use, sell, or register the car, they'd be committing a crime. My name would still be on the loan, but legally, the car wouldn't be in my possession. It would be protected. Do you have someone you trust? He asked. I did. My best friend since high school, Monica Park. She was a paralegal at a law firm downtown. She'd seen my family drain me for years. She'd begged me to set boundaries. When I called her, she didn't hesitate. Absolutely. Bring the paperwork. We'll file it today by noon. It was done. The car was legally transferred to Monica's custodial care for 6 months. I could still drive it. I still made the payments. But on paper, Monica owned it. If anyone else tried to take it, they'd be stealing from her, not me. That night, I parked the car in Monica's driveway across town. I took the bus home. When I walked in, Ashley was waiting. Where's the car? She asked. At a friend's place, I said. I'm letting the engine settle. New cars need a break-in period. She looked confused. Dad looked suspicious. But they didn't push. Not yet. 2 days later, Dad asked me for the keys. Ashley has an audition on Saturday. She needs the car. I was washing dishes. I kept my hands in the soapy water. I can't, I said. Why not? His voice was tight. Because I don't have the keys right now. He stepped closer. What do you mean you don't have the keys? It's your car. I turned to face him. I loaned it to a friend. She needed it for a family emergency. Dad's face turned red. You loaned your brand new car to a friend, but you won't let your own sister use it. She asked first, I said. And she's bringing it back next week. It was a lie, but a necessary one. Veronica appeared in the doorway. Claire, this is ridiculous. Ashley is family. Your friend can wait. I dried my hands. My friend needed help. I said yes. I'm sorry Ashley will have to figure something else out. The tension in the house was unbearable. Ashley stopped speaking to me. Veronica made passive-aggressive comments at every meal. Dad gave me the silent treatment, but I held firm. A week later, I picked up the car from Monica's place and drove it to work. When I got home that night, the driveway was empty. My heart sank. I walked inside. Ashley was on the couch, spinning my car keys on her finger. Hey, sis. Thanks for letting me borrow it. I'm heading out. I froze. Where did you get those keys? She grinned. Dad has a spare key maker in his shop. He made a copy from the original before you hid them. Pretty smart, right? I looked at Dad. He didn't even look guilty. Ashley needs it tonight, Claire. You're not using it. Stop being selfish. My hands shook. This was it. The moment I'd been preparing for. I pulled out my phone. I didn't yell. I didn't argue. I just called Monica. They took it, I said. I'm calling the police. Ashley laughed. You're going to call the cops on your own family? Over a car? You're insane. I put the phone on speaker. Monica's voice was calm and professional. Claire, do you want to file a report for vehicle theft? Yes, I said. Ashley's face changed. Theft? It's your car, Claire. I'm just borrowing it. No, I said. It's not my car right now. Legally, it belongs to Monica Park. You just stole her vehicle. The color drained from Ashley's face. Dad stood up. What the hell are you talking about? I pulled out the folded document from my purse. The custodial transfer agreement. I handed it to him. He read it. His face went from red to white. You signed your car over to someone else. Temporarily, I said. To protect it from exactly this, Monica stayed on the line. Mr. Matthews, if Ashley doesn't return the vehicle immediately, I'll have to involve law enforcement. What you're describing is unauthorized use of a vehicle. That's theft. Dad's jaw clenched. He looked at me like I'd betrayed him. You planned this. I protected myself, I said. There's a difference. Veronica rushed into the room. Claire, you can't do this to your sister. She get arrested, then she should return the car, I said. My voice didn't shake. Ashley threw the keys at me. They hit my chest and fell to the floor. Fine, take your stupid car. I hope you're happy ruining my life over nothing. It's not nothing, I said quietly. It's mine. I picked up the keys and walked out. I drove to Monica's place and parked in her driveway again. When I came back, I took the bus. Dad was waiting at the door. We need to talk, he said. His voice was different now, careful. We sat at the kitchen table. Veronica hovered nearby, arms crossed. Dad folded his hands. You embarrassed us tonight, Claire. I almost laughed. I embarrassed you. You threatened to call the police on your own sister, he said. Over a car she stole from me, I said. She's stolen from me for years. You all have, Veronica scoffed. We've never stolen anything from you. I pulled out my phone. I'd been keeping records. Screenshots of bank transfers. Text messages asking for money. Emails promising to pay me back. I slid the phone across the table. Here's $1,800 for Ashley's rent last year. Never paid back. Here's $650 for your truck repair. Dad never paid back. Here's $2,200 I loaned you for the Florida trip. Veronica never paid back. Dad stared at the screen. He didn't say anything. That's just the last 2 years, I said. If I go back further, it's over $15,000. The kitchen went silent. Veronica tried to recover. That's what families do, Claire. We help each other. No, I said. I help you. You take. Dad's voice was quieter now. We always meant to pay you back. When? I asked. When were you going to pay me back, Dad? Before or after you made a copy of my car key without asking? He looked down. Ashley walked in, her eyes red. I can't believe you're doing this. After everything we'd been through together, everything we'd been through. I repeated. Ashley, name one time you helped me. One time you sacrificed something for me. She opened her mouth. Nothing came out. Exactly, I said. I stood up. I'm done being your backup plan. I'm done funding your lives while you treat me like I'm selfish for wanting something of my own. I walked to my room and locked the door. I could hear them talking in heated whispers downstairs. I didn't care. For the first time, I felt clear that the next morning, I started looking for apartments. I'd been living at home to save money, but I realized now it was costing me more than rent ever would. Within a week, I found a small one-bedroom across town. It was quiet. It was mine. I didn't tell them I was moving until the day the movers showed up. Dad saw the truck and came outside. What's going on? I'm moving out, I said. He looked genuinely shocked. Claire, don't be dramatic. We can work this out. There's nothing to work out, I said. I need space. Veronica appeared, her face twisted. You're really going to abandon your family over this? I loaded a box into the truck. I'm not abandoning anyone. I'm just stopping you from abandoning me financially. Ashley watched from the window. She didn't come outside. By noon, I was gone. My new apartment smelled like fresh paint. It was small, but it was silent. No guilt, no demands. Just space to breathe. For 2 weeks, no one contacted me. Then Ashley called. I almost didn't answer. What? I said. Her voice was small. Claire, I need to talk to you. About what? I got evicted. I need a place to stay. I closed my eyes. No, please, she begged. Just for a few weeks. I'll get back on my feet. I promise, Ashley, you've been saying that for 6 years. I said, find somewhere else. She started crying. Dad won't let me stay with them. Veronica says I'm too old to come crawling back. You're my only option. I'm not an option. I said, I'm your sister. And you've treated me like an ATM. I know, she whispered. I know I messed up. But I don't have anywhere else to go. I felt the old guilt creeping in. The instinct to fix it. To save her. Then I remembered the keys dangling from her fingers. The smirk. The entitlement. Good luck, Ashley, I said. And I hung up. She called 6 more times. I didn't answer. Then Dad called. Claire, your sister is in trouble. I know, I said. And you're really going to leave her homeless. I sat down. Dad, she's not homeless. She has options. She's choosing not to use them because they require effort. She's your sister, he said. His voice was pleading now. And you're my father, I said. But you handed her my car keys without asking. You made a copy of my key to give her access to something I worked for. You've chosen her over me 100 times. So yeah, I'm leaving her to figure this out. He was quiet for a long time. Then he said, I didn't realize you felt that way. Because you never asked, I said. You just assumed I'd always be there. He sighed. Claire, I'm sorry. It was the first time he'd ever said those words. But it didn't fix anything. I appreciate that, Dad. But sorry doesn't pay back $15,000. I hung up. Monica invited me to dinner. We sat at her favorite Thai place, eating pad see and talking. How do you feel? She asked. Lighter, I said. And guilty. Is that weird? She shook her head. It's normal. You spent years carrying their weight. Your body doesn't know what to do without it yet. They think I'm cruel, I said. They think protecting yourself is cruel because it stops them from using you, Monica said. That says more about them than you. I twirled noodles on my fork. Ashley's homeless now. Part of me wants to help. And the other part? Monica asked. No, she'd never learn if I do. Monica raised her glass. 2 boundaries. I clinked mine against hers. 2 boundaries. That night, I slept better than I had in months. No phone calls. No emergencies. Just silence. It felt like freedom. I realized something important. I didn't miss them. I missed the idea of them. The family I thought we could be. But we were never that family. A month later, I got a letter. It was from Ashley, handwritten. I almost threw it away. But I opened it. Claire, I'm staying at a friend's place. It's not great, but I'm managing. I got a job at a coffee shop. It's not modeling, but it pays. I'm learning what it's like to actually work for things I didn't understand before. I didn't understand how much you gave up. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I just wanted you to know I'm trying. I read it 3 times. It wasn't a full apology, but it was a start. I didn't respond, not yet, but I kept the letter. 2 weeks later, Dad called again. This time, his voice was different, humble. Claire, can we meet for coffee? I hesitated. Why? Because I knew a real conversation, he said. Not a guilt trip. Not a favor. Just a conversation. I agreed. We met at a diner near my old high school. He looked older, tired. We sat in a corner booth. Dad ordered coffee. I ordered tea. For a while, neither of us spoke. Then he said, I failed you. I looked up. I failed you as a father. He continued. I let Veronica dictate how I treated you. I let Ashley take advantage. I took advantage. And I convinced myself it was okay because you never complained. I stirred my tea. I complained, Dad, you just didn't listen. He nodded. You're right. I didn't. I saw you as the strong one. The one who didn't need me. So I focused on Ashley because she seemed fragile. She's not fragile, I said. She's enabled. He winced. I see that now. Do you? I asked. Because a month ago, you handed her my car keys like it was nothing. I know, he said. And I'm ashamed. He pulled out an envelope. I can't pay you back everything. Not yet. But this is a start. I opened it. A check for $3,000. I stared at it. Dad, I don't need to take it, he said. Please, I took the check. Not because I needed the money, but because it was the first time he'd ever acknowledged the debt. Thank you, I said. He nodded. I'm working on it. Veronica and I are in counseling. We're trying to figure out how we got here. That's good, I said. And I meant it. We talked for another hour. It wasn't perfect. Old wounds don't heal in one conversation. But it was honest, real. When we left, he hugged me. I'm proud of you, Claire. I should have said it sooner. I hugged him back. Thanks, Dad. Driving home, I realized something. Boundaries didn't destroy my family. They revealed it. The people who respected my boundaries stayed. The ones who didn't show their true priorities. And that clarity, as painful as it was a gift. I wasn't the villain in their story. I was the protagonist in mine. And I was finally writing my own ending. 3 months later, everything had shifted. I'd settled into my apartment. Work felt less exhausting because I wasn't constantly drained emotionally. I started therapy. My therapist helped me see patterns I'd missed. You were taught to confuse love with sacrifice, she said. But real love doesn't require you to disappear. That stuck with me. I started reconnecting with old friends. People I'd pushed away because I was too busy fixing my family's problems. Monica and I took a weekend trip to the mountains. No emergencies, no guilt. Just hiking and laughing. Ashley sent another letter. This one was longer. She talked about her job, about living with a roommate, about learning to budget. I realized something. She wrote, You weren't mean. You were honest. And I hated you for it because it forced me to look at myself. I wrote back this time. Not much. Just, I'm glad you're figuring things out. Small steps. But steps forward. Dad kept his promise. Every month, he sent a payment. Sometimes $200, sometimes $500. He included notes from the truck fund, from the Florida trip. He was keeping track. Veronica sent a card. I'm sorry for how I treated you. I was protecting Ashley, but I hurt you in the process. I hope one day you can forgive me. I didn't respond immediately. Forgiveness wasn't something I owed anyone. It was something I'd give when I was ready. But the fact that she acknowledged it mattered. One evening, my phone rang. Unknown number. I answered. Claire Matthews, yes? This is Detective Morrison from the Fraud Division. We're investigating unauthorized transactions on a vehicle registered under Custodial Agreement 7743B. Are you the primary lien holder? My heart dropped. Yes, what happened? Your vehicle was reported at a chop shop. Someone attempted to sell it using forged registration documents. I felt sick. Who? We're still investigating. But we'll need you to come in and verify ownership. The next day, I sat in a police station with Monica. They showed me surveillance footage. It was Ashley's boyfriend, Kyle. I watched the screen. Kyle talking to a man in a garage, pointing at my car, handing over papers. The detective paused the video. Do you know this individual? That's my sister's boyfriend, I said. Or ex-boyfriend. I'm not sure anymore. He used fake documents claiming he was the registered owner. The chop shop owner got suspicious and called us. We arrested him yesterday. I felt numb. Is my car okay? It's in our impound lot, undamaged. You can pick it up tomorrow. Monica squeezed my hand. After we left, I called Ashley. She answered on the first ring. Clear? Did you know Kyle tried to sell my car? I asked. Silence. Then what? He tried to sell it to a chop shop. He was arrested. She started crying. Oh my God, Claire, I swear I didn't know. We broke up 2 weeks ago. He kept asking about your car. I told him it wasn't mine to give. I swear, I wanted to be angry. But she sounded genuinely devastated. Okay, I said. Okay, I'm so sorry, she whispered. I know, I said. And I hung up. I picked up my car the next day. It was exactly as I'd left it, clean and damaged, safe. I sat in the driver's seat and just breathed. This car represented everything I'd fought for. My independence, my boundaries, my refusal to be used. Kyle was charged with attempted fraud and theft. Ashley testified against him. She called me after the hearing. I'm done making excuses, she said. I let people treat you badly because I benefited from it. That ends now. Good, I said. And I meant it. That night, I drove to Dad's house. He was in the garage, working on a project. He looked up when I pulled in. Claire, everything okay? Yeah, I said. I just wanted to see you. We sat on his workbench and talked. Really talked. About Mom, about the years after she died, about how he threw himself into Veronica because he was scared of being alone. I see you now, he said. I see what I almost lost. I leaned my head on his shoulder. I'm still here, Dad. I know, he said. And I won't take that for granted again. 6 months after I moved out, my life looked completely different. I got promoted at work. I started taking night classes in business management. My apartment felt like home. I even adopted a cat. Her name is Sage. She's orange and loud and perfect. Ashley and I have coffee sometimes. It's awkward, but it's real. She's working 2 jobs now, saving money, talking about going back to school. I'm proud of you, I told her last week. She looked surprised. Really? Yeah, I said. You're doing the work. She smiled. I learned from the best. Dad and Veronica came to visit my apartment. Veronica brought flowers. Your place is lovely, Claire. Thanks, I said. We ate dinner together. It was simple. Spaghetti and salad. But it felt different, equal. No one asked me for money. No one made demands. Just family trying. I still have the custodial agreement. It expired, but I kept it. A reminder, not of the fight, but of the moment I chose myself. That midnight blue Honda is still in my driveway. I wash it every Sunday. And every time I turn the key, I remember, I'm not a resource. I'm not a backup plan. I'm Claire Matthews, and I drive my own life now.